This is the third video on counting, and we're going to continue with our talk about permutations. Okay, we're going to continue this talk about permutations, except this time we're going to change it up a little bit and say we're running a race, okay? Here we go. We're running a race. And here is the finish line. It's right here. Finish line. Okay? And we have 8 people running. 8 people running. And the question is, how many different ways could people place in this event? Meaning, how many different combinations of first, second, and third place? Because those are the ones with the trophies, right? How many different combinations of those 8 people could actually get first, second, or third place? So you got to think about this and you say, wait a second. Before, on the other video too, we were talking about how many different ways could I rearrange 8 people in 8 seats. But now I only have 3 seats. I don't have 8 places to put them. I only have 3 places. So how many different ways could you do that? And you can actually think about it the same way. We could say, well, here's first place. Here's second place. And here's third place. So as we look at this, 8 people running down the track, how many of those 8 people could actually get first place? 8. I don't know. I mean, any one of them could land there. It could be the yellow guy, it could be the green guy, anyone. So there's really 8 options could actually run down that track and get there first. But if somebody did get there first, how many options are left over to fall into second place? Well, if one person got first place, that means there's only 7 people left who could have possibly ended up in second place. So if someone now got first and someone else got second place, that means there's 6 people who still haven't crossed the finish line. So one of those 6 people is going to end up in third place. So that's it right there, actually. You're done. 8 times 7 times 6. 8 times 7 times 6 means that there's actually 336 different outcomes, possible outcomes for this race of people standing up on the podium, winning those trophies. Well, that's a lot better than the 40,000 we are rearranging 8 people in a room. But still, it's a lot of options. But there's another way to think about this. On your calculator, let me point this out. This would be the thing that's called NPR. NPR. And I think on the Inspires, you would actually then type it in. I have 8 people, but I need to choose only 3 of them. I'm pretty sure if you type in NPR, because these are permutations, right? I don't really care if the order changes. It's NPR, so that's like 336. I have 8 people, and they're going to put them into 3 places. So how many different ways can I arrange 8 people in 3 places? I can do it in NPR, and that'll also give me 336. Okay, but now there's a little bit, another way to think about, we're not going to think about the math on that one. That's for statistics if we actually get into more detail on it. So let's try this question. You have some choices. You've got 5 subjects to study for. You have 5 tests to study for. And you want to make sure you're going to give each test a full hour of study time, but you only have 2 hours. Okay? So you've got 5 tests to study for, but you only have 2 hours to do it. So you're really only going to get to study for 2 tests. Okay, you only get to study for 2 of them. So while you might have to take 5 tests, you only have time enough to study for 2 of them. So how many different possible combinations could you study for here? So go ahead and try NPR on this thing and figure out the permutations and see what you get, and let me know if you have any questions. Actually, as I'm thinking about it, this might be a combinations one. Yeah, it is a combinations one. So that's a bad example. That's a bad example. So we'll ignore that one. Ignore that example. Ignore. Let's go back to a first, second, and third place race. Or no, we're going to go for class president, class council. You are going to vote for the president, the vice president, the treasurer, and the secretary. Okay, so there are 4 spots that you have to do for your class council, and there happen to be 82 people in your class. So you've got 82 people that you're going to try to figure out. Well, someone's got to be the president, the vice president, the treasurer, and the secretary. So this is a good permutations problem. Go ahead and figure it out. Good luck. Have fun. Ask me questions.